Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Real Talk with Joe and Cody. We're back again live after a
Yes.
little break. Was it a 2-week break or a 1-week break? I think a
I
2-week
think it
break
was one.
because I
I
didn't
think it
show
was
up.
one.
No, maybe it was one. Maybe it was
I
one.
think it
I
was
was
just
coming
one
back
because
as
you
we
were
were
out of
leaving.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How was your out of town time?
Oh, it was awesome. It was so
Yeah.
much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? Do you want to get
Played
into the
out at
details for everyone that's listening?
Pronghorn out in
Oh
Bend.
yeah, yeah.
So it was a member guest
Yeah,
tournament.
that's a little bougie trip you got
Yeah,
there at Pronghorn.
dude. I didn't know what to expect. I mean,
Only the best for you.
yeah, well, I had never been out there before. I'd never played in a member guest, so I had no idea what to expect. I knew it was a nice place, but just like overall, it was such a fun event. I mean, it's really nice. It was just they put it together really well. My partner and I, Josh Robinson, shout out to Josh. We played really well. We won our flight, so it was like our little group. There's like
Nice.
12 flights, and they kind of pair you all up based on handicap, and then you win that. If you win that, then you go to a horse race against all of those winners. So you're all teeing off from the same hole.
Really?
And it's just it was a blast. Like
best ball
really,
or
during the
individual.
During the tournament, it was I always get him confused. So we each played our own ball. And then it was the best of my score or his score versus the best of the other two guys' scores.
Okay.
So we got to pick whoever played better on the hole. But we played our own ball.
Played your own ball
throughout.
Okay.
So I don't remember what they call that. If that's
awesome
best ball or if that's
I don't think so, because best ball would be like you both hit and whoever's ball you go to that one and then you hit.
Yeah. So it's whatever the other one is. I'm not very good at that. But no, it was a blast.
That's great, man.
Yeah. And you were gone.
Yeah, we were
the end of the previous week, right?
For sure. We went to Devil's Lake, a little known lake outside of Lincoln City. And so basically it's more or less a private lake in the sense that it compared to Hag or compared to the Willamette River or anything like that on a hot, day, there are literally no boats out there. So you have kind of the lake to yourself.
Oh, really?
We had a lake house there and got the boat out there and kayaks and sup boards, which now we have to, thank you, Oregon government, we have to get a permit for our kayaks and a sup board. It's pretty cool.
I can't believe that.
It's so insane.
Are they policing that out there? Like,
I have no idea. It's supposed to be 2026 apparently. So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I know that cops signed up for that purpose to, patrol the moms on their sup board trip down the river. So make sure they have the permit. No kidding. I'm sure that's what they signed up to be police officers for. So.
I mean, I know we get taxed on everything and there's a fee for everything, but getting in the water?
I know.
Can you swim? Like you just can't be
you might have to put on your permit on your back, if you're going to swim in the water. Maybe they'll start doing permit tattoos. That
no kidding.
That only lasts a year.
Did I hear right? I don't know if you know, like that can even be going towards like floating a river.
Yeah, it's literally anything.
It's like
if your tube, I think if it's a tube tied up to another tube. So if you tie up to a buddy on a floating the river, you're technically have a permit. I don't think a single tube has to, but it might.
Okay.
But kayaks, sup boards, like everything has to be permitted. So.
Wow. What's a sup board?
It's like the stand-up paddleboard.
Like, okay.
Is that not the term? Did the young kids say something different, or?
I have no idea.
Like
I've only just ever heard them called paddleboard, so I don't know.
Okay, maybe it is a paddleboard.
I don't know.
Is it sup? Maybe I'm mixing terminology. Whatever. Someone will correct me online if I said it wrong. So let's wait for that. But I think on the lake news, I was just looking up stuff about if anyone cares, Lake Oswego. There's been that drama behind making that bougie lake a public lake or a private lake. So it sounds like it's public, but they had some drama July 4th with the lake association, whatever it is, trying to shut it down for safety and whatever reasons.
Sure. Yeah, we got to find some reason.
I think that's what they're going to do for quite a while. They'll try to kind of find little loopholes to keep the riffraff out of the lake. But but the permitting process may keep people out. We got to pay for all of our floaties to get in there. So maybe that's going to help the residents of Lake Oswego. But
It drives me
anyways,
nuts.
yeah, it's a good time, man. But nothing new in the real estate world, in my opinion. I just saw an article. I forgot what the people were saying. The prediction. This is the bold prediction of you lenders out there is that rates will stay around mid-sixes through 2025.
Believe it or not.
I don't know. Shocking. That's breaking news. But yeah, your thought? Probably the same thing, right?
Yeah, same thing. I did see something the other day. There's this account that I follow. It's called the Kabisi Report, I think it is. I think that's how you pronounce it. But it's like he covers not just real estate stuff. It's like all financial related things. So they have like all these different prediction type they're not stocks, but it's like I don't know where they get the data from. But they just put one out yesterday that was like 40% expectation of rates dropping by 0.5% by the end of the year, starting in September. I think like 20% was a no change for the year. And then whatever the difference is, another 40% was that they would change like one time. So which would put it right in line with what you're talking about. I mean, we're right in that range. So maybe they drop it a little bit here and there, but no, I think this year is, I think we're kind of where we're going to be this year. I mean, we've seen nothing but the same month after month, highs, lows, evens out. We haven't really, maybe we've improved a little bit throughout the year, but nothing to really make that much of an impact. So
I agree. I think the same, it's really just like sellers understanding that the market is the market. It's not your house. It's not anything that your agent potentially isn't or is doing. It's like if you have a good agent, they're putting it out to anyone that can buy. But totally, I think buyers are just holding off. They're just more patient. We see more and more homes at 120, 160 days that go pending, and it goes for around the same price. It's not like it's like some crazy offered 100,000 less and got the deal done. It's like, they're just sitting longer. I think we're waiting. Buyers are trickling into the market versus like sitting on the edge of their seat waiting for a new listing to come up. So rather than, you obviously put it out to the buyers that are actively looking right now in your price range, but really it's waiting for that one buyer that comes in on it, tomorrow and says, okay, we're pre-approved, we're ready to go, where are the houses? And then it happens. So it's kind of just talking down sellers to just be like, this is what it is right now. And so anyways,
it's not like it's collapsing, but
no, it's not. It's just you got to be longer. And if you want to sell it quick, you've got to be on the aggressive end of the market because buyers are looking for a deal. They want to see something. If they see something,
they are.
Wow, this is a smoking deal. They go for it. But no one wants to do that as a seller. They want to get the most out of their money, and I get that totally. So yeah.
No, I've definitely noticed it because I have a handful, probably 7 or 8 pre-approved buyers that are just
sitting.
They're just kind of sitting there, waiting for that right house, that right deal, rather than. In the past, it was you got pre-approved and you just kind of would go on a house hunt and you'd find one within a matter of a week or a couple weeks or something. And anymore lately, it feels like unless they have found a specific home, it's kind of just kind of browsing, ready to pull the trigger when we find the right one. But it doesn't seem like there's nearly the urgency as there has been in the past of
not at all.
We just want to get into a home.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I think there's a lot of want to get a deal because especially if they're reading anything or hearing anything that says that homes are sitting longer, which naturally I think is going to make you want to feel like you're getting a deal. And so they might just wait longer and see if that house drops a little bit in price, but definitely a different environment, but there still are those people out there that are just, they'll find something quick, but I feel like most of the time anymore, at least for me, for my clients, it's more of a kind of just wait. Okay, there's one we like.
For sure.
Let's go take a look. But
and I think overall that's healthy. I think the market is people are the sky is falling and maybe the sky is falling, but I don't see it. I think that you see more of a patience and a more of a logical purchase versus the emotional purchase that we've had for years.
Yes.
The hard part is that as a seller, the anxiety of sitting on the market, getting used to that few months or more and being like, it's not your house. It's just the market and what's going on. And that's very difficult to deal with, I think, for sellers to kind of stomach that because it is, you're sitting in the house, you're waiting for the showings, you're waiting, and it builds up that anxiety, but to everyone out there, it's a slower market, but I don't think that's an unhealthy market. I think it's probably a healthier market to be able to do that. So
I think it is. I think it feels unhealthy because we're not used to it and haven't been in that environment for so long. But I think it really is probably the healthiest like balance between buyers and sellers. And and you know, I'm guessing that over just more time of this, it won't be the expectation, and maybe it's already changed a little bit for sellers of like you're likely not going to get an offer first day, or maybe even first week. It might be a month before anything happens. And I feel like once that starts to just be the norm, then it no longer feels like a rough market for the sellers, but it's just kind of like, okay, just understanding the timeline, and this might be a couple months and not the end of the world. But
yeah, I agree. I think, but you know, as well as I do, it's like, it just takes time for that. You know, the rates change, the inventory changes month to month, the time on market changes month to month, but the sellers and buyers mindset doesn't change for months and months and months post that. And so you start to see, you know, it could be 6 or 8 months before we start seeing sellers accept that that is the norm, you know, where it has been the norm for a long time. It's just, it takes time, because obviously we're in the industry and we buy and sell all the time, but it's, you know, for the average seller, the last time they were probably in the industry was COVID. And so you have that stuck in your head. That was a long time ago, but not to, you know, not to sellers and not to buyers. So, so yeah, interesting times. Do you see investors picking up or staying the same, or are investors starting to try to swipe up deals, or what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I have been seeing more investors that are purchasing. I think as it softens a little bit more, you know, they feel like there's more of a deal out there. Even if that just means $15,000-$20,000 off, cash, especially. I mean, some of the investors are doing, like DSCR loans or bank statement loans or things like that. But, cash ones. Yeah. I've had some buyers that have lost out to cash investors, even though it went lower than what they were offering. It's that guarantee of closing in a matter of a week, couple weeks. And I think it, you know, that you merge that with that anxiety of a seller of,
for sure,
you know, this is guaranteed. We know that we can, yes, we know that this will go, versus do we wait and hope that we can get a little bit more? But then if we don't, are we looking at dropping the price? So I think there's just that uneasy feeling still of, we just need to get this sold. But yeah, I am seeing more investors, not that I'm necessarily helping, but ones that my clients are losing out to. Just, you know, especially in that kind of middle of the road price range, you know, somewhere in the 400 to 500 range. It seems like they're starting to swoop it up a little bit more.
Yeah. I got to talk to you about a DSCR loan eventually. I think I want to get into that for an investment property.
Yeah.
What's the DSCR? Higher down payment, or 20%, 30%? What's the down payment?
20%.
Okay. And then just a higher, is it a point higher interest rate? Is it what, 7-8%
or? Yeah, it's like 8.5 somewhere. I think right around there.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it's really kind of just
the benefit of not having to, or just show the rental income is nice. So you don't have to go through the hoops.
Yeah, you don't have to go through the hoops. You can secure the property, and then
self-employed.
You figure, so gives you time to be able to, you know, get things in order, refinance.
That's what I was going to say. Can you refinance a DSCR loan? Is it a year, or is it and can you refinance it into a lower interest rate, just like a normal loan?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can. And depending on what you'll set it up initially on what your, like a prepayment type, prepayment penalty, if you will. I don't remember what the technical term is, but if you essentially sign on for longer, that you say, I'm not going to get rid of this loan within 3 years, then you're going to get a better interest rate. The shorter you guarantee that time frame for them, the higher your interest rate is. And then also that DSCR rate or percentage of how much you're getting in rent to offset the mortgage, that also determines that too. But yeah, the prepayment penalty portion of it, the longer you agree to essentially stay with that loan, the better the terms are.
Okay. So we're coming up on time. I don't want to take everyone's time, but now I'm really interested. But so a DSCR loan, for anyone who doesn't know, is basically using or getting a mortgage based on the rental income of a property that you're looking for. So it's more of an investment style home. How does the lender work with that? So say, do I have to bring you an address and say, you know, 123 Main Street is the property I want to buy? Do you look into it, or how does it have to show an actual rental income or projected rental income for that?
It's projected. So it's two different options. One is you can go, the appraiser will give us a report that's for the market rents. And that'll tell us what the average rent for that home is. Okay. Or if there's already a lease in place and you're just taking over that lease for the existing tenants, then it's just based on that. So
the appraiser will do it if it's not not known.
If you don't have something set up already, then you could have something, if it was, say it was vacant and you had a tenant that was ready to go and you had a lease signed around and everything, you can go off that. But yeah, that'll just get determined right from the get-go. But yeah, we don't review your taxes, your income. I mean, you could technically be unemployed. You could not have a job and still do it. I mean, you still have to have
cash. Yeah.
Got to have the cash, got to have the credit. You have to be able to show that you have money to do it. And I don't think that there's going to be people that are going to jump into something like that
when you're
that are unemployed and they still have $100,000 that they want to dump into something like that. But
do you know if it's the monthly payment, does it have to equal to or be more than the mortgage by a certain percentage, or is it a strict thing, or is it just like a pitch to the lender that, hey, this is worth it?
Yeah, it's a strict thing. So 0.75 is the minimum that you have to be. And then once you get over that, then your interest rate gets even better. So if you get to, say, a break even, right?
Yeah.
Mortgage is $3,000, rent is $3,000. Then you're good to go there. Like that would be like one point. If you go a little bit below that to 0.75, you're still good. And then anything that you go over that, your interest rate's going to be better because it's a safer investment because, you're clearing $500 a month higher than what your mortgage is. So it is part of the calculation on figuring out if it's eligible and what your terms are going to be based on what that DSCR rate is.
Cool. Well, we'll have to look into it. And another time that people are like, we'll just talk privately.
Yes.
But I do think it's a good one for people. I think it is underlooked and undervalued that, you're going to pay a higher interest rate. You got to have 20% down, but it's a easy way to get into a property, especially with places like Florida, Texas, Arizona that are like selling Airbnbs because they don't want to deal with them anymore. And so those sort of properties are there for people. So anyways.
Yep, for sure.
Okay, my man. Well, it was good to talk to you.
Awesome.
And
hey, you too.
Yeah, we'll chat with you next week.
I like it. Glad we're back.
Yeah, I know. We're back.